Yeah, we see that Sinrin finds himself a Sand King, so Bug versus Scorpion. Nice Sandstorm. Just had enough mana for that, only just though. There is an Impale, of course, so if they want to dive this, they could actually decide to go for that. I'm not quite sure why Lapis is still wanting to sit here.
So they're just waiting it out.
Ah, nice escape route, by the way. But no, actually, I take that back. Oh, he tried to deny the tower. He might actually go down for that. Now he gets an Impale. Here comes Black, but the Rocket Ride was too far away. It's kind of cute that he almost got that, though. Oh, look at Quake from the mid lane, just dominating Boogie right now. And with those cogs also, we saw already that Boogie had a lot of trouble with getting his mana up. And the thing about a Doom is, in theory, no matter if you deny creeps for him, he'll always get some farm because of his Devour. But if he doesn't have mana, he can't get Devour up, so that will be a bit of troublesome for him. But he has got that bottle, so I guess he'll get some mana there for Devours at least before he gets cogged again. 14 for 1 for him, while Quake sitting on 16 for 8 in terms of last hits, fairly even, apart from of course the kill. And those cogs are just really annoying for Boogie. Can't really get in range that much.
Yeah, and him losing mana is pretty disruptive for him. Like you were saying, the Devourer, he needs to be able to cast that, but he also wants to be able to cast that Scorched Earth as often as possible, simply because that HP regen is very powerful, and if he ever gets caught in cogs, having that HP regen and the damage to go in Quake can help try and turn it around. So I think we're somewhat worried about how much mana he's going to have, and if they're going to just try and do a ton of bottle crowing for him to keep him in the lane, because right now he's struggling a little bit against the Clockwork, and of course he did die already once.
Yeah, and I see a question in the chat right now that is actually fairly valid. Like, why is Mouz dire again? It basically goes like this. For game 1, one team has the choice of if they want to have first pick or second pick, and the other team has the choice of if they want to go Radiant or Dire. And the second game it gets turned around. So it's basically the choice of the teams. So maybe Red wanted to go for Radiant, or maybe Mouse Sports wanted to go for Dire. Depends on what they have.
Mouse Sports picked Dire first game, and Rat picked Radiant this game is really what it just came down to.
Yeah. Then I mean, that's why Mouse Sports is twice on the Dire side. We do have Puss having a bit of a tough time. He is trying to go for some Ancients. He does have Boots as well, level 3, so I guess it could be worse. But we can compare him to the Nature's Prophet, and Nature's Prophet is sitting at level 5, and he is getting some farm, and he's gonna go up to his Hand of Midas soon as well. And overall, it is Lifestealer that is kind of dropping behind right now.
Yeah, it's not really surprising that Lifestealer would be having trouble. He tried to sit down in that bottom lane for some time. It might have been worthwhile for him to just abandon immediately, and they're going for a gank on Paz.
Yeah, let's see if they get the Burrow Strike in here. Paz, no rage. There goes the Burrow Strike. Telekinesis there as well before he can do anything, and that's going to be a kill for Sifla. Bit of a sleepy Paz there. I think he could have raged to dodge the Burrow Strike, and then he would have had a better chance to walk towards his tier 2 and actually find himself a way out.
I don't think he had sight.
No, there were some trees, but is it actually was?
There was that tree there, I think, blocking them. Yeah. It might have he might have needed like instant reaction times, and it's
what,
also
you mean he doesn't have instant reaction times?
Yeah, it's also possible he wasn't really watching his hero. He was watching like forward a little bit by the tower or something, and I don't know. I'm kind of surprised he's not going to the jungle. I guess it's because he wants to leave it for Chen, but
yeah, look at how much farm that Chen gets though. Like, he had himself a set tire, and he was able to shockwave that camp a couple of times, and he got himself so much gold. That will be a very fast mechanism coming off from him, and he already has boots, so it's not even straight mechanism. Looks like Paz is gonna get ganked again though. They're thinking like, okay, you know, it worked once, why wouldn't it work again? So they're sitting behind the tier 1 again, and they are trying to kill off Paz here. Probably will dive with the creep wave that is coming in. Paz should have an idea that this is going on though, considering Sifla is pushing out the wave. But he is sitting around his tier 1. We do have a gank at the same time in the mid lane as well. A Troll Summoner will be coming on with there. We have an Impale. And we've got, of course, the target being Doom. He does have his Doom. Looks like this time Paz is able to get away. Let's see if he is indeed... Yeah, he is fine. And actually, look at that. They are gonna try to take him down here on the bottom lane. Hook shot in. Get the Rubik. Level 4 telekinesis there. Out of the cogs with you. And Rubik trying to run. Won't be able to. He'll be the victim here. The rest of Red walks away. But I think we can consider this a trade. Because... At least Doom didn't die. right? I think he would have died if he was ganked.
Yeah, the focus gets drawn away from Doom, and they also have to do TP scrolls for that. And they only end up getting the 1 kill. Maybe they thought they'd be able to get more than just that.
Yeah.
But everyone just kind of retreats right away and leaves the Rubik, which is the right call there. They're not going to win that fight with the Clockwork dropping cogs. It kind of leaves PA in an awkward position. And unless PA gets like really lucky, I can't, I guess, say that they won't win it, because if PA gets like awesome luck, he gets like 3 crits, that could change the fight very, very easily this early in the game.
You never know. You never know. And one thing that I also want to point out, of course, I mean, there's 2 hard supports upon Red, as in we have the Rubik as well as the Sand King that are not getting anything apart from the things that they get in the lane and the things they get with roaming and with kills and maybe with some jungle pulling as well. Well, on Mouse Sports, there's only one of those supports. There's only Synderen, who's by the way already level 5. And it looks like they're still going to go for Doom here. The Impale is there, Test of Fate as well, and Boogie will end up dropping here. No hope for him as he falls. But of course you have the Chen there as well. So all in all, Mouse Sports is getting ahead in terms of farm. I mean, we can kind of compare Pass to the supports, I guess, almost. And just compare the jungling Nature's Prophet to the Chen. In which case, the Nature's Prophet is still ahead because of his Hanamitis, but it's at least a lot more closer. Pass, trouble. Still no crits, though. Need those crits. We have Mouse Sports in favor of the gold. Tower going down on the top lane helps with that. Experience graph going the way of Mouse Sports as well, with the last kill, of course, going their way. But still always very even.
Yeah, definitely. Everything's just kind of sitting around being moderately passive. There's like a couple ganks coming out in the mid lane, in the bottom lane. It's been like bottom lane getting ganked repeatedly by Red, and then Mouse trying to gank mid lane several times. The real important thing though is Black is in the top lane, and he's leading on last hits, and no one's been up there to even look at him again.
Deja vu.
And so this just happened last game, and I don't know if they just didn't learn their lesson. Maybe they're hoping because Fam Assassin's doing much better than the Lifestealer, and also can carry a little bit harder, I think, as the game goes on than the Lifestealer. Maybe that's their plan. They also have Nature's Prophet, who's focusing, I think, a little bit more heavily on actually just sitting in the jungle, farming away, instead of trying to go top and be a nuisance up there to their bushes.
Hook shot up a Lapis, Impale there as well. Nice Burrow Strike, though. Dodges the Impale. And that's going to be Lapis staying alive. Nicely done for him. Don't walk back now, though. Please. Thank you.
There's no mana in Synderen.
Nope. He does have the mana boots. He is also level 6. So that will be some ganks incoming. I mean, we already said that both the Doom and the PA, they need some extra time to get their farm up. And it's probably Mouse Sports that want to try and make that time worthwhile for them. So using their Clockwork as well as their Nyx Assassin, maybe with some Lifestealer bombs if that Lifestealer is going to be level 6, going to be infesting up on Synderen. They can find some easy pickups. Talking about the Lifestealer, he is dead because he got doomed on the bottom lane. There will be a tower going down as well with the two, actually the 2 harder carries. They're the ones to get the kill in the end. Nice core teamwork right there.
Syphil misses the last hit, I think. Probably didn't need to do that. Should have waited and made sure he got the last hit on the tower. I don't know. But definitely good for him to be able to get that tower. It helps catch Syphila back up to Black. He's still ahead by a little bit in terms of net worth. They're going to get
having some trouble here, trying to run away. He does have cogs, but he drops them. We'll be able to get away with them again. Sentry ward being placed to counter the sentry ward, and the other ward, they will be able to do that. Although that one sentry ward will vanish before it goes down. Oh well. But that was Quickfire getting very lucky. There were 4 heroes surrounding him.
Yeah, they committed a lot to the gank and really just weren't able to finish the job, which is kind of annoying for them. They didn't have a lot of spells. Like Doom didn't really have mana to do much of anything. He's also only got level 1 in level death, so it doesn't hit very hard. Had no Doom. They capped him off the tower, which is helpful. They keep the chip damage on that mid tier 1 as low as possible, so it's going to be harder and harder for them to actually take it down. But yeah, things still pretty close to even.
I think so too. Kill score 3-3. We have the PA and Black being fairly even in terms of net worth. Though now PA drops very low, of course, because she is disconnected. But she was about on par with Black. Slightly lower, but well. Got the Nature's Prophet doing really well for Red as well. Just Doom is kind of dropping behind. I mean, he is 800 gold below the Clockwork. And even though we know that he had a tougher mid lane, I'm still quite surprised the difference is that much.
Yeah. It's I think Doom has moved around and didn't really get as much done as maybe as he wanted to. The couple
Well,
times
and he died
moved,
twice,
also
I guess.
yeah, he's died twice also, which hurts pretty bad. Not only because he loses some when he dies, but because he's not in lane farming during that time.
Mm-hmm.
So things like Doom's not doing well, but he's still doing better than Lifestealer, which is important. Lifestealer like almost as bad as Rubik right now, so I don't know how much we're going to be able to expect out of him from this game. If he gets some space made for him, maybe by the gyrocopter starting to get active a little bit earlier than maybe he normally would, or just by Quafa on the clockwork able to move around, set up kills, create pressure anywhere on the map so that Lifestealer can farm. It could be pretty big for him, but oh, Sifla.
Sifla, yeah, the cogs are there. He can't jump himself away anymore. He goes down. Slightly over-enthusiastic. Did he not see that Clockwork was around there? Or did he hook himself?
No, he couldn't see Clockwork.
Oh, well, that's then a bit sad.
He's hiding like right there. You can see the ping.
Nice setup, gank.
Yeah.
Mechanism 4 minutes, more than 4 minutes faster. Pass will go down mid lane. He just escaped the gank bottom and goes mid and dies. Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, Pot's not having a lot of luck this game. They're really doing a good job of shutting him down. The more unfortunate thing though is Clockwork's doing pretty well at this point, and again, Black, he's 1,000 net worth ahead of PA again with that death on PA.
Yeah, that was just really painful for her. That was the first time that she died, and going down there, I mean, we just said like it was fairly even, but that kind of things will make it go the way of mouse sports again, as we do have Sifla getting harassed here a bit by Synderen. Synderen gets sprouted off. Sifla jumps him in. Burrow Strike's gonna be there as well. Nice spike Carapace, but it's not gonna be enough, or is it? Do they have not detection? They don't have detection! You're gonna go on a level 6 Nyx Assassin without detection. Congrats to you.
Yep, works out pretty much how we would expect. It was also a very, very good Spike Carapace came out from Synderen there that caught right in the midst of Burrow Strike, which is the spell he needed to block with it. Would have been also pretty hilarious if Famous happened to crit right then or something silly.
Ooh, yeah.
But yeah, but everything's works out. He gets away. He has to use his ultimate for that. He has a pretty long cooldown at level 1.
In the meantime, hookshot misses because of some Treants being or blocked there, or some gen creeps actually. Moving infest now up on Quickfa. Sifla in some trouble, jumps himself away. Courier will be fine as well. Nice sprout on the cogs. Locks Quickfa in. Are they still gonna go for it? Doesn't look like it. Mechanism being used by Chen. Test of faith upon the Rubik. Telekinesis is gonna be there. Nice epicenter Burrow Strike from the other side of the trees. That is gonna be one. Chen send home and a body back. Quickfa running himself out there. I mean, I was following Pass, who was invisible. He wanted to initiate on Lapis with help of the Clockwork. The Clockwork was gonna hook in from the river, and we only heard it, but I mean, we saw it on the minimap. Clockwork actually hooked a Chen creep. And that's why they realized it was going on. So everybody came there, and they were able to take only 1 kill of that, but still wasted a lot of time of mouse sports. And killing off that Chen, of course, for the first time in the game, pretty decent as well. Because he was very high level when they killed him off. He was level 8. It's one of the higher levels in terms of supports. As in Sand King and Lifesteal are both level 6. And yeah, Rubik now also level 8. I don't think he was before. Ooh, hook shot, top lane, gets spin. Spin will go down. I mean, there's really no hope for him.
Yeah, it's tough as a Nature's Prophet. If you get caught by hookshot and you're stuck in cogs, you can try and like move the treants closer to try and block some of the barrier assault, but it's really, really difficult unless you get very lucky to actually manage to teleport out there.
Yep.
So he goes down, and that's a good game for Quakefoot to get. If they're shutting down the Nature's Prophet, it's definitely helpful as the game goes on. If Nature's Prophet gets a lot of farm and starts split pushing, it makes things a lot harder for most sports, especially with how kind of under farm Paz is. Like you were saying before, you're actually grouping him as a support,
yeah,
which is kind of miserable when it comes to Paz. And we're gonna have a disconnect, so we'll probably see a pause here.
Yeah. We are gonna have a 4-step also up on the Clockwork. I really like this item on it. It kinda like allows you to lock people inside the cogs and get yourself out again. I mean, you were just saying earlier, like Doom, it might be able to turn it around if he is the one that's stuck in the cogs. If you get yourself stuck with a Doom or a PA in the cogs, you want to be able to force yourself out because you don't want to be stuck in there for too long. So just lock them in there and yeah. Wow, Fury an average 1.5 more deaths per game when going up against a Clockwork. It is a bit of a counter. I mean, if you want to try to go split push, you're normally doing that by yourself, and Koifa He'll be rotating and trying to find you and kill you off. And that's gonna be something that most Clockworks will try and do and stop the split push from happening. What time do you think that Rat will be ready to do a bit more? I mean, they go for the Radiance still on the Doom, I guess? What do you reckon?
I don't know. I'd be somewhat surprised if they go for that Radiance. It looks like he's going for it with the amount of gold he has, but I think going for something that gives you armor and survivability in the fights is typically a lot more valuable to a hero like Doombringer than actually just having the Radiance and sort of relying on the standing in the middle of the fight burning. Because he doesn't have that armor. Like, we see he's sitting at 6 armor right now at level 11, and Black's going to be getting damaged. So if he takes a lot of physical damage from Black, from Lifestealer, even if Lifestealer has no items, but he'll still hit decently hard. It's hard to say. I think like maybe something like AC is probably better, or even Shiva's, but he goes Shadowblade actually. Waits until he has the money for all of it. So it's more of an initiation sort of role instead of the hard carry, and he's going to rely a little bit more heavily on Sifla with an item like that, doing all the damage in these fights. And
Sifla hasn't even shown yet what he is going to be building, apart from Helm of the Dominator that we are going to expect soon. Only picked up the Morbid Mask so far. It's got 1900 gold in their inventory. They will see Roshan go down in favor of Mouz. Black has got his BKB as well, so I think Mouz ports are looking pretty solid. They might try to go for a bit more action soon. They have only got 1 tower down. There's only 2 towers down in the entire game. And if you compare that to last game, it's a lot more even than it was before, though there is pushing power on both teams that is actually quite decent.
Yeah, and it's really a very close game, and anyone can take it at this point.
Yeah, the gold graph sitting below 500 gold difference, experience graph. I mean, it's all almost not mention worthy. I mean, the only real thing that I think Mouse Sports might want to have is just a bit more farmed Lifestealer, because when they get that, like when you said, like when they create space for this guy, they'll be getting ahead real fast. Because then they all of a sudden got and Black and Pus being 2 solid cores.
Top lane.
Ooh, TPs are gonna come in as well. Quakefire getting doomed up, will end up going down. Synderen comes up, nice impale, Boogie. Shadowblade showing for itself and no detection. Synderen though, he's not done just yet, looking for Spin, but Spin also has a Shadowblade. Shadowblades galore. We'll walk into the Chen, but that's gonna be 2 people home safe, and they get a Clockwork in return. Very important pickoff.
And the immediate gem picked up by Cinder, and he's like, 2 people just got away because of Shadowblade. Not again.
Fuck this shit.
Never
gem.
Again. Buy a gem right now. So they'll have that gem for the next fight, and if they have the reveal there, at least one of those heroes dies. At least one. Possibly both. Probably not both. I think they would have had to commit a little harder on Doom, and then Spin gets away. Yeah, because of the split. But they definitely get one there. Like, Doom has no escape if he doesn't have the Shadowblade to get away with the stun that comes out from Cinder. So, yeah, the Shadowblade already working wonders. They didn't know that Doombringer had it because he bought it completely from full.
Yeah, Synderen.
And here they go.
I mean, Sentry Ward goes down here. They want to try and catch Boogie. Test of Faith is going to be there. He looks to be okay, though. Nicely done. 2 Sentry Wards used by that, but Boogie gets himself away.
Yeah, just can't quite get the damage. Again, Paz doesn't really have anything. He's level 9 on Lifestealer at 20 minutes in, 20 and a half minutes in. No items picked up. He's getting close to a drum, finally, but like he's sitting on face boots. So things not going well for him still, and that's why they can't get those kills. He just really can't put out the damage that he needs to. Not without some sort of lockdown.
Oh, Lapis might be in some trouble. Quakefire might be looking for a hook here. Does have it off cooldown. Has got the gem for himself, by the way. He's the one that's going to carry it. Here comes some reinforcements, though. And this is trouble. For the Doom, at least, if he walks too far forward. Oh, now he sees that Sentry Ward getting killed off, so they realize something is up there. He won't initiate with that. Burrow Strike hits upon Black. Black, trouble, Black lands a cooldown. Here comes Quakefire as well, helping out. It is gonna be the PA and the Sand King that end up dropping. Here comes the Impale. Make sure that the Rubik also goes down, and everybody else was already backed off. It's gonna be a tier 1 tower, and this is Mouz ready to fight some more. I mean, they take out a tier 1 tower here and might actually try and do more, considering they still have an Aegis. Black is very low, though.
Yeah, and his BKB's on cooldown, and it's for quite some time since that was the 10-second BKB charge. But they did force out the BKB charge. Maybe Black, didn't need to use it. It's possible, but like he used it to be safe, just to make sure. And they're actually might go on Boogie. Is anyone else close? Not really.
Nice back Carapace up on Nature's Prophet. I mean, they want to take some towers for themselves. Oh, Sprout up spin, try to TP out the cogs. Ah, he can't do it. He can't do it, he goes down.
Those are really good calls by Quakefa to push him out of the trees.
Yep.
When he knows he can't get close enough to keep the battery assault on him. So another good pickoff, and Mouz, if they're getting these pickoffs, they're buying time for Mouz to catch up.
Yeah.
And there's another one.
Hook shot in, the gem is there. Boogie, you can't get away this time, and he goes down as well. This is starting to look a bit grim for Red.
Yeah, definitely. And Cinder's still trying to make something happen. I don't know if he'll go on Lepiz. That's really aggressive of him to try. Still got quite some time. Norgy, though, that's... yeah.
Oh, wow.
When the Rubik walks up next to him, though, it's like, that's a target. That's the guy we can kill.
Yeah,
It
Vendetta.
just takes him out immediately, and now that tower in the mid lane is completely free. Like, Lepiz can't even do anything. If he even looks to go in with, like, a Burrow Strike to initiate, he will die pretty much immediately to Gyrocopter. Quake was not there, they don't know that, though. And he does have the gem, but it's way too risky.
And Phantomus hasn't finally showed what she is gonna build with the gold that she has. He wants to go for BKB. Look at that increased win rate when Black is playing the gyro. That is quite sick, actually.
Yeah, it's a really high win rate.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many of those games, though, that is where they just ignore Black.
And
Like,
how much of
this
them
game,
were
last
before
game,
6.78?
also certainly pretty relevant since he did get a little bit of a nerf. The nerf wasn't like huge though, and Gyro's still been kind of a pretty common pickup. And it seems like most teams aren't super concerned with like the flat cannon cooldown nerf. Still a powerful hero.
Yeah, very
Black
much true.
sitting in this bottom lane, his Aegis is going to get reclaimed. This could be a good timing for Ret to try and go for the gank if they can get him down like immediately after the Aegis goes down, and maybe he doesn't have the timing exactly right. But it doesn't look like they're really moving on. He's sitting around like half health.
Yeah, and they take a tier 1 tower in return for some pressure on the tier 2, and they might actually just give up their tier 2 knowing that they probably can't fight. I wouldn't think that they are ready to fight. I mean, we keep talking about Phantom Assassin and Doom needing some time. Phantom Assassin still needs more time, even. Black will be sent home there, by the way. But until they have their items up, until they think they can fight, it's all about trying to make sure that Mouz is not getting all the other towers and starts bashing on the tier 3s. They need to find space constantly to keep those two cores farmed up. Hook shot in. They find Boogie. Boogie Shadowblade won't save you again. He dies. No Doom coming out of him before he dies again. Lapis will get impaled, will get killed off. Double kill for Black, or killing spree for Black rather. Synderen gets telekinesis. Looks like he is still trying to go for the Rubik though. 4 staff forward for Quakefa, looking for the cogs. But the Impale will be there first, not even cogs needed. There we go. That's a double kill for Quakefa, at least 3 down. Tier 2 tower still lives. Nature's Prophet was able to get himself out, and of course Sifla wasn't there because he was farming. He actually finished up his BKB. So that will be good for him. But he needs more. He needs more items, I think, still. Before he can go face to face with Black. Look at the net worth difference. Also, it's just painful to see. 5k difference between the two almost. About-ish.
Yeah, and like the BKB is an important pickup for PA. It allows her to get in the fights, trying to deal the damage that she can. And like if she gets that a little bit earlier, and maybe if Black gets disrupted at all, even a little bit, maybe just a small amount, a little bit, I don't know. He doesn't get that MKB because he's got MKB at 24. He hit it like 24 minutes. He's up to 2,500 gold past it now. And that makes this PA so vulnerable to just dying to Black in the middle of the fight. She doesn't really have that much HP, like 1,300, and relies heavily on that 40% evasion.
Yep.
And of course, MKB just takes that all away.
Yep, and that's gonna be one sad PA, I think. Nice ancient stack again, picked up for Black, or stacked up for Black rather. 2,500 gold in his inventory. He still hasn't died yet this game. I mean, no real surprise, he's been left alone. We also have something that might be a bit more surprising, Synderen that hasn't died yet. He's been on 9 out of the 14 kills. He's been having an amazing game. He's got his Blink Dagger, he's got his Urn. Wait a second, haste rune up on Quakefa. He might be looking for some blood here. With an Aghanims completed up for him as well. Nah, no blood for him.
Yeah, so he's going to have those short cooldown ults to keep going in, and it's working well for Mouse Sports thus far. They've been able to catch Boogie so many times in these fights with Clockwork. And if Doom's just taken out, they can't use him to try and take down the gyrocopter and spin now.
Yeah. That gem is really causing them some problems. I mean, Spin will die. No surprise there. He walked the wrong way. If he walked the other way, and TP'd out there, he would have had a lot more luck, but no, can't do. And it's actually Black that picks up the kill with his call down, so he gets some extra gold for him. He's got 4k again. He's just a farm machine. Picks himself up the Helmet of Dominator. I mean, his goal per minute